What if the excuses that people make about the reasons why they don't exercise are really just questions that they don't know how to ask and consequences that they fear they're going to suffer? I made a video a couple of weeks ago that went onto Instagram that's gone fairly viral. It's got around 300,000 views. And it was me asking a woman why she's not exercising and offering her ways that she could start. The internet went wild and started blaming this woman for having every excuse in the book, for having the wrong mindset. I want to dig into the video. I want to show you what I think is actually going on, and I want to break down for you how the excuses that she has, and they are excuses, they're very real and they're very honest, and she's coming forth with all of them, are not actually her saying, I can't because, but they're examples of her saying, how will I if? And there's a huge difference there. I think if the fitness industry can understand the difference between this is why I can't, and I'm afraid that if I do and this happens, then we collectively will be able to help a lot more people. And I believe that this woman is emblematic of exactly who needs the help. Remember, if you like this video, as always, like it, subscribe to the channel, and drop us a comment below. Let's get to it.
So what do you think it would take to get me back into shape like I used to be?
A decision.
And what would that decision be?
To get back into shape. Let's start right here. She needs to make a decision, because if she decided that she was going to get back into shape the way that she used to be, nothing could stop her. It's not about being in shape tomorrow. It's about, I'm going to get back into that kind of shape. Well, if you decide that, nothing can stop you. It's that she's contemplating whether she should do it or not that's stopping her. So that's the first thing I want people to see, that there is a mindset here at play that we all need to recognize. Have I actually decided to do it? Or am I thinking about deciding to do it? You need a strong reason to do it. Why would you get back into shape?
You know, as you get older, you need to have more energy for a lot of the things that happen later on in life.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, I do.
So what's the reason why I asked her if she believed that is because I think that if she doesn't believe it, and I'm not quite sold that she did, then it's too hard. You need something that's really valuable that you're chasing if you're going to keep running when running gets difficult. And I'm not sure that she has that. I think that she has an esoteric view of what might be important, but I don't think there's a concrete understanding of what's at stake. And I think that that's actually the biggest thing in this woman's way. Let's go further. By the way, I would have pressed her on that, but I sensed that I would lose her in the conversation if I did that. So I let it slide and we moved on to how she could do it. So what's stopping you from getting back into shape now?
Getting to a regiment.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you have a very strong purpose and you're missing a very strong process that you can trust to achieve said purpose.
Yeah.
That's critical. People heard her say all the things after this that we'll get to in a moment and said that she just doesn't want it bad enough. But she just said exactly what's actually in the way as best she knows. It's not knowing how to do it. And we in the fitness space, or even people who are just fit from exercising their entire lives, take for granted how simple this stuff really is. And somebody who's outside looking in, there are so many options. What do I do? I know the answer. Anything, you're right. Anything is the right answer. But she doesn't know that. And so she's overwhelmed and doesn't know where to start. Let's keep watching.
I mean, I don't think LA Fitness is the key, and I don't think some of those other fitness places are the key, because you just get lost in a place like that.
This is a spot where a lot of people gave her pushback. All the places are wrong for her. LA Fitness isn't the key, and other places like that aren't the key because you just get lost in there. You do. They can't even put their fucking 50-pound dumbbells back where they belong. What are you talking about? She's wrong. The equipment doesn't work. When it does work, there's somebody on it who isn't interested in sharing it with you. They seem to know what they're doing, so it's intimidating to not know what you're doing, to go in there and try and do it without any experience whatsoever. The equipment's all over the place. You're not sure how to use it. What are you talking about? She's not saying physically lost like on a map. She's saying lost in her mind. She doesn't know what to do. There's so many options. None of them are obvious, and it just becomes overwhelming. And she's absolutely right. That's why they can't sell a membership there for more than $19 a month. It's not worth more.
What my issue is that I work every day, not in the summer. I
What kind of
teach,
work?
assistant teaching.
Okay.
My day starts at 6:30. I refuse to start at 5:30.
So
You know what I
okay.
mean? It's too early, and then I get home. By the time I get home, it's 5:30.
Yep.
And guess what? It's already the next part of what I need to do, and it's not like worrying about.
Yeah, you're
you know,
tired.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fitness
That's
needs
life.
the fitness needs to meet
Time.
you where you are, not become where you are.
Right. So I know people.
For those of you who would say to a question like that, well, get up earlier, just train at 5:30. Stop being lazy. I don't know how old this woman is. And I don't know what she's doing after work. And I don't know why she doesn't want to wake up earlier, except that she doesn't want to wake up earlier. And you're right. She should find the time. But she could be honest about being tired too. And if she wakes up tired and does it tired and doesn't know what to do, so not only is she tired, but she's lost and aimless, is there really going to be a ton of benefit there? Is it possible that if she knew exactly what to do, and she could be shown that it only takes her 20 minutes to start, that she would make a change in her behavior for that 20 minutes? Yeah, I think it's reasonable that she would. Or maybe she would do it before she got home. And we'll get into some of that in the video. But it's not so simple to just wake up at 5:30 if you're already waking up at 6:30 and you're exhausted at the end of your day. You might think you're not going to be able to make it through your day. If you haven't walked in those shoes, it's best that you don't talk in them either.
Right. So I know people say walk.
Walking's great. But I'll give you some really general stuff and then I'll suggest some specific stuff.
Yeah.
The general stuff is on your little breaks,
Yeah.
get little fitness snacks in. You see a flight of stairs next to an escalator, take the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
do 20 squats. Get out of your chair, sit
Oh,
down.
I don't do.
We'll get into what she says next year in a second. The reason why these things are so valuable isn't because research shows that they are, even though it does. It's because she will start to identify as a person who does active things and lives actively if she starts doing them. And that's where I want her brain to start going. I don't care if she actually gets fitter doing these things. I do care that she starts to identify as a person who is moving towards a fitter lifestyle. That's the whole point of the exercise snacks. That's why I said take the stairs when you see an elevator or an escalator, because there's a level of confidence that's required to do that. And it might be something you take for granted, but it's not something that she does. That's for sure. Let's get more.
I don't know how. I'm not good at that.
Can we do it right here? I can help you.
Oh no, I'm terrible at squats. Trust me.
We'll go. You're a very good salesperson. We just sit to the chair and the reason why I said she's a good salesperson is that she has made very clear to herself, I'm not good at these things. And she's trying to get me to believe that she's not good at these things. And I do believe that she's not good at these things, but I also believe that she's not trained in them. And so if we train somebody very simply to do it, they'll be able to do it. Who's going to do that for her when she walks into the gym that you guys are all giving her a hard time about not walking into? Who's going to do that? To the chair and stand back up. Look, I'll show you. This is all I'm talking about. You're sitting in a chair, you stand up out of the chair. You sit in a chair,
Yeah, but so that's this. You are allowed to touch the chair.
You're
steps.
you're speaking exactly. This is going to be so helpful for people.
Why?
Because you're speaking the mindset that so many people have and need to hear unlearned.
Right.
It's the mindset of if I can't do all of it,
Right.
why would I start any of it? Doing the squats to the chair and standing up
It's good
is
enough.
it's so much more than you're doing now.
Right.
And it's going to lead you to being able to and wanting to do even more. This woman does not know where to start. The reason why I do these talks on the boardwalk with random strangers is in part because I want to help random strangers. It's in part because it makes for great content. And it's in part because I think that the fitness industry is so detached from reality that I want to give it something to tether to. A woman like this is what the general public sounds like. If you're working in a gym today, or you're somebody who attends a gym regularly and you're not having these conversations, you have a selective audience who is self-selected. And that person is going to speak differently than the person who is not currently in the gym, like this woman. The person who is looking to join a gym or who just joined a gym, who complains about all of the things that they complain about in the gym, is someone who selected themselves to go to the gym. There is a world of people out there like her who haven't. And I believe that it's in the best interest of the fitness industry and of our society to figure out why these people haven't. And then when they tell us, when they share their fears with us, when they share their doubts, when they share their concerns. We're much better off hearing them and educating them on why those concerns are unfounded than we are telling these people that they're weak, useless, full of excuses, and gonna be stuck this way until they change their mindset. I would love for all of the people who think that this woman is full of excuses to think about the part of your life that is the hardest for you. Let's just pretend it's financial, because for most of you it's financial. Why don't you just do the things that millionaires tell you to do? Why don't you just quit your job and start a company? Why don't you just get a raise? Why don't you just get promoted? Why don't you just take a sales job where you can write your own checks? Why don't you just create more value and make more money? Why not? Why don't you do that? Why don't you just get a second job? Why don't you get a higher paying job? Why don't you refuse to do the things that don't pay you well? Is part of it because you're not sure how? Is part of it because you're afraid that if you started to try and do those things, then something would go wrong? And you wouldn't have any money at all? And then you wouldn't know how to make ends meet in the gap between where you are now and where you're going to be? Allegedly? That's her. It's just that for her, it doesn't show up as money. Now in this conversation, it shows up as exercise. And I want to implore anybody in the fitness industry to take that really seriously. Because if we can start to collectively find out what the obstacles for success are for women like that, and actually decide to meet and solve for them, we can create a much healthier society. And everyone who I talk to in the fitness industry says, I'm not in it for the money. Well then, she seems like a pretty good thing to be in it for, doesn't she? Remember, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment below if you have any questions. I'm Dr. Sean Pastuch, and this video is over.